crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John, and thanks for being here on this Sunday afternoon. Welcome to all the new subscribers. We continue to pick up so many new subscribers, and that is just awesome, humbling, and lots of other adjectives probably that I just can't think of at the moment. But I appreciate you all giving me part of your Sunday afternoon. You can see I'm still trying to get organized. It has been a crazy weekend. I know at some point you're all hoping to tune in and maybe hear me not say that it's been a crazy weekend, but just lots going on. I am just one that just doesn't enjoy, I guess, not having changes. So, one of the things that we have not done is give you a full and complete tour of the design studio. That's still upcoming. It's still in the works. It's still in the plans. Part of the issue is why we haven't done it is just because John's not done with it. So we still need to work on getting the finish mounting the lights. I have 4 new cameras that we need to mount, so you should be able to see things at a lot of different angles and other parts of the studio. But just did a lot of work there today. I did get 2 new quilts up. So you have probably seen these quilts in the past, not necessarily on lives and that, but we did introduce them. So before I just sit here and rattle on forever, let's jump in because you all been chitty chat this afternoon, and I am way behind. Joydy was first in, so welcome, Joydy. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. That's part of my new software too. We figured out how to do sound effects, right? How cool is that? Quilter Janet is here. She says, "Hey, Joydy, John, and chat. Thanks for being here, Janet." Da, 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 da. Janet says, "I'm doing as well as I can for an old lady. How's the weather in Tucson?" Let me tell you guys, it was freezing cold here yesterday. I was not happy. Moving to Phoenix, I moved out here to be warm, to stay warm, and to never be cold again. And granted, I mean, cold yesterday was lower 60s, but it was cold in the morning. It was like 48, 52, which is just ridiculous. But I layered and bundled up and managed to get out the best I could. Oh, Jordy says, "I don't live in Tucson. You must be asking John." Janet says, "Oh, Jordy, I thought you lived in..." No, Jordy's out in North Carolina, I believe. Yeah, there she is. I live in North Carolina. Um, hey, Katrina, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Katrina goes, "I don't know about you all, but I'm tired." I will tell you, it has been an exhausting weekend. I had to do monitoring yesterday for our quilt club. So I had to do that 8 to 12. I ended up making a broccoli slaw, which I don't even know if that went over because I ended up not staying for lunch yesterday. But we had all of that going on. I wanted to get home and do some things because we have really not got our house put back together since the retreat, since Christmas. I still have one Christmas wreath up outside, but I managed to get everything else down and done today. Plus, like I said, rearranging the design studio again, moving tons of fabric. We just placed another big order for fabric and have lots coming in. We've been fortunate. The Etsy store continues to generate some good sales, and we've been selling a lot of fabric. Just busy. And then unfortunately, my partner, who I had promised him because he's been so great to me and been so supportive the last few weeks and really just given all of his spare time, all of his weekends up to supporting Guys Craft 2, the Pride Proud Designs business we have, all of that, that this was going to be his weekend. So this weekend was about him, for him to do whatever he needed to do, just recoup, rejuvenate, and then I'd work him to death next weekend. So of course, they made him go in to work yesterday. So he ended up having to go in and work like 7 hours yesterday. Oh, but best, they made him go back to work today. So he's been at work almost all day today. So I just feel bad for the guy. So he didn't even get a break. I know he's tired from the retreat and that, like all of us, but at least I get to work home a couple of days a week. We won't even talk about how crazy my work has been. And I won the lottery Saturday night. So I woke up excited this morning. I only won $4, but Sunday I'll go back to work on Monday. But at least it's a win, right? It's not just a loss, but still, yeah, it was just crazy. Who else? Trina says, I have 3 more paper piecing to stitch on and blossoms will be done. Yippee. Then on to the pillow toppers. Look, Katrina just knocking it out. Baby shower yesterday. It lasted almost 3 hours. Wore me out. Too many people. Too much chit chat to keep up with. Girlfriend, you should have been at our Go Gang Club yesterday. You all seen all of them women just had all kinds of chit chat going on. And I did my best. I kind of keep up, but it was kind of crazy. Um, Sorry, trying to get into the chat. This Katrina says this is a rainbow baby for one of the ladies at church. I think my new grand days are done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I'm not the grand. Well, I'm at grand. I'm just not a great grand yet. I got a long way to go to get to great grand. Hey, Brian, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Still need to get you set up on moderator. I need to ask Sean or Danielle to help me because for some reason I cannot pull your name up in the in over where I need to in YouTube. But I am going to do that. I appreciate that you volunteered, Zaza, Joydy, all of you that stepped up to say you'd be moderators. That was amazing and more appreciated than you guys would ever know. Um, Oh, Jordy says, I will fix it before the next live, I hope. See, look at her. She is just so awesome. Hey, Danielle, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I called her a little bit yesterday. The problem is, so we have to do what's called 5 monitoring for Quilt Club, which means you got to spend 4 hours each time the club's open, just making sure people check in and make coffee, make sure the doors are unlocked, make sure people that are coming in are members of the club, just all that kind of stuff. Makes sense. I signed up for every Saturday in January and the first one in February. But what that does is mean I lose the entire morning of being productive at home and getting anything done from all the week at work. So then it just leaves me Saturday afternoon and then today to get a lot of things done. So I go back to work on Monday. And so because of it, I missed Danielle. I did manage to catch Sean yesterday morning because he was so early. I caught Russ on the replay today. So I am just behind guys on what's going on with some of the other channels, but only just purely because life's busy, not because I'm not interested in what other creators are doing. It's just been busy. If you have a channel, hit exclamation point selfie and it should put your channel link out there for me. What else? Nikki is here. Hey, Nikki, welcome. Thanks for being here. Oh, look at Russ joining us this afternoon. Hey, Russ, thanks for being here. Happy Sunday. Oh, the quilting grandma is here. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Says hi, John. I'll be lurking and enjoying the chat. And then she gives another shout out to Joydy girl. Right? How cool is that? Charlotte's here. Hey, Charlotte, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Russ and Mama Debbie in Quilt Effect. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Who else? Come on, come on, come on. She says, yay, Jody, you got the applause. I am learning. So the problem is these are close work glasses. So they're great for here when I'm sewing and piecing. But the problem is I can't see there, which is now why I have this here, but I don't have the effects here. They're over here. We'll get it all worked out, guys, but there'll be more sound effects. And I can buy and add all kinds of sound effects, which makes me feel like Ian now, right? Because I know Ian had the sound effects, and I was like, dude, that's just cool. So now I have sound effects. So look at me. Um, Oh, look at Russ being smart, Alec, right? Oh, please, 60 is not code. It is a perfectly comfortable temperature. It is not in Phoenix. Cold here is different than cold other places. I'm telling you guys. Um, Cold in the desert just is bone chilling. What do I say? Danielle says I'd be in t-shirt and shorts. I am. I'm back in my t-shirts and shorts today. We're at 69 degrees, almost 70 today. So, fortunately, next week we're going to go back up to what should be winter weather, and that's going to be we'll be around 78 all next week. So yeah, we hit 70 today. So I can deal with 70. 70 is enough. I got the door open, turned the fan on, and got my shorts and t-shirts back out. But yesterday I actually had to put long pants on and a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, which was very miserable. But yes, I still wore my flip-flops. So it's going to take a lot to make me put shoes on. Plus, um, I took one of the sewing machines down to club yesterday so I could work on some things, and I'll show you what that is turning out to look like. Um, but I can't sew except in my bare feet. So I can't. It didn't make sense for me to wear tennis shoes or something yesterday because I knew it wasn't going to happen. Nikki says yes. When it's cold in Arizona, it's cold. See, there you go, guys. It's not just me. I lived in Arizona in my 20s and remembered how cold it could be in Tempe. Telling you, it is just cold. Da, 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 da. Hey, Dawn, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Katrina says they were in the 80s earlier last week and then back in the 60s today. I tell you, it's crazy. And I'm looking around, and you've got all this snow happening and other weather popping up and that. So I really shouldn't complain. But Danielle saying I'm in the high 20s, low 30s. No, no, no. I just don't want that. That's why I moved to Arizona. Oh, Debbie's jumping off, I guess. Bye, Debbie. Thanks for being here. Mama Jan's here. Welcome in, Mama Jan. Thanks for being here. She says she still has Christmas she may take down tomorrow. That's because she's retired, so she has time to do that. I have to hurry and get mine done when I can. Stitcher says, reinvest in your winnings. Absolutely. I'm going to continue to reinvest that because I firmly believe that it is meant for me to win the lottery this year and for me to retire. And so I am phasing that plan in. And until I win the lottery, I will continue to support Arizona education. Hey, Zaza, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Jody says, Danielle, please. Jody says, Danielle, help John with that, please. She will. She's always so amazing. It's just a matter of finding time for me to reach out to her because she always does help me. All right, let's go on down. Let's go on down. Hey, Candace, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Joanne, thanks for being here. Welcome. Inappropriate Zaza Quilter. Yes, yes, yes. I already saw that. Threw me off. Zaza says, I'd be delighted with 60 degrees. Yeah, no, no. Pat says, warm in Florida today, but getting colder. Our house at home lost power. Oh, yuck. Yeah, I can't imagine what the weather is like for you, Zaza. She says, damp, bone chilling cold. I have Norwegian friends that can cope with the damp and cold in Scotland. Yeah, no, no, no. I don't want to go to Seattle, Washington, and that just for that reason. Oh, Pat says the party in the Florida quilt shop last night did the Advent box and it was fun. I bet that does sound like fun. I know Sewing Asylum, I had really hoped to get to them yesterday, is over in Sun City. Erica owns that store. Erica's the one that actually taught me how to use my first Bernina, helped me so much and just did such amazing things. And yesterday was her 9th birthday, I think, in that location. And so they had a birthday cake and all that. I had really hoped to get over there, but by the time I did club to get home and take care of what I needed to here, I just couldn't get back out and do it, but I will be. See, Sally supports me. That's why Sally, we just love Sally. She says, cold in the desert is different. It's been cold here all week, low 30s and 40s. And I've been fighting a cold. Oh, I hate that for you, Sally. I hope you're on your way to being better and getting all mended. Pat says it's nice to have dreams, right? You have to have dreams, right? We have to have those little things that keep us going. I still dream one day that I may have enough fabric, but I don't think that's going to happen either. Um, Pat says it's always fun to meet with fellow quilters. Yes, I think that's what I enjoyed so much about our retreat more than anything. Jody says, "Where do all the rattlesnakes go when it's cold? Are they house guests?" I hope not, because I didn't realize. I think Arizona. I saw a statistic the other day that Arizona has the most poisonous between snakes and scorpions and all that of all creatures of all the U.S. states, which I thought was interesting statistic. Not necessarily one you want to have, right? All right, I want to change the needle because I do want to work on some things today. I am actually going to stitch while we are on the air today. So let me get this needle changed out. Let me show you a couple of things I did get done. I did get one project done, and I was really excited the way it turned out. I thought it was really cool. So happy with that. And I am very much a creature of habit. Everything's got to go back where it's supposed to, and that. And if it doesn't, it just really makes it hard for me because everything has a place. Everything's supposed to be in its place. I will give my partner credit though. Sunday is his day to cook, not mine. And before he left to go into the office today, he made crock pot lasagna. How cool is that? So we're having lasagna for dinner tonight. I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't had lasagna for quite a while, and typically I get lasagna out because I don't like making it. Usually, if it's at home, it's Stouffer's that we buy from Sam's Club, but um, he actually made this. So it smells really good, so I'm anxious to see how that turned out. All right, so what did John work on this week? Sally says, we have a rattlesnake wrangler out here. She's amazing. Yeah, I don't even want to see that. I'm just all good just knowing someone else takes care of them. See, Pat, I so agree with you. Pat says her family says that she has enough fabric. So she's looking for a new family. Amen, girl. You go. Um, oh, and Nikki says in the Gila River, Gila Monster 2. I saw one when I was camping on the Salt River. Zaza says, Pat, that kind of negativity is unnecessary. You do need a new family. My son says it's an addiction and he refuses to be an enabler. Oh, killing me. So let me show you what I did this past week. I actually got, so I had shown you all the quilt, the purple quilt and that I got done at the quilting retreat. The other quilt that I had started on, and I cut this, God, I cut this a while back, but I ended up getting this put together. I really, really liked this pattern. And I actually meant to leave the pattern here so I could tell you all the name of it, but I can do that later. It is an AccuQuilt pattern. I actually followed kind of the AccuQuilt colors, but I was really happy with the way this turned out. So this is the next one, and once we get this quilted and put together, we will hopefully be able to get this on the wall behind me. So, because what I'm realizing is I have a lot of stuff hanging up, but then when I look to put things on the wall and that to kind of keep things changed out over here, I've got so much stuff that needs to be long armed, but not a lot of stuff that's you know completed where we can hang it up on the wall here. So because I sent a lot of that out for Christmas gifts and that. So we will see. But I really love this blue, this purple, the black and white. I just thought it really came together and just hit all the right notes. So I thought that was cool. Nikki says, my daughter calls me hoarder too. I said, I love all the pretty fabrics. I just like to help stimulate the economy. Plus, I never know what creativity spark I'm going to have. So we just don't know. It says, I told my daughter I was saving for the next COVID. She said that will be in 100 years. They are making us live longer. Oh. Katrina says, my family keeps finding projects for me to do too, right? How crazy is that? Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate that. What size blocks are those, John? So let's see. These are large blocks, and I think these are 12-inch blocks. I'm almost positive. Uh, so because I do have the 12-inch cube, as does our quilt club. Let me look and make sure. Almost positive these are 12-inch. Then I got to see if I have a tape measure. You would think I have like hundreds of tape measures, so I surely have a tape measure in one of these drawers, but apparently I don't. So where I do have that little ruler, so let's see. 6. Actually, they're 7.5 inches. So the blocks themselves are 7.5 inches. Is what? Whoa! Now I'm rolled on top of it, and I'm standing on it. So they're 7.5-inch blocks, believe it or not. So, but I just really liked the colors and all that. I had to make a special trip down to Bob's discount to get that fabric, but I just really, and it's, if I showed you the pattern, which I don't have out here, you would see that it's very similar to the colors that AccuQuilt had actually posted. So something just really made me like that kind of baby bluish color with the purples and that. It just, I don't know, it just really, I thought really jumped. So I was really pleased with how that turned out. And then I started another project. In this one, again, this is out of the Go Cube book, Quilt in a Day. That's by Eleanor Burns. And the design I'm working on in here is called Flashing Windmills. And yes, I know you're all going to be surprised, but John is making it his own because, of course, um, John messed up the design itself. And so we had to make some alterations. And where'd I put that to show you? Oh, behind me. So I actually got the half square triangles and that cut out to work on and put those together. And so the way the pattern works is you do the half square triangles and you do them. This is called flashing windmills, is what they call this. And then once you get these done, then you put a solid equal piece over here. Well, the problem is instead of John cutting the solid equal piece this size, John cut it the small size. So we had to go back and reinvent how this is going to look. So I have the first big square done, and this is how they're going to look. So this is how my pattern's turning out. So if you go out and find the flashing windmills pattern on AccuQuilt, you will see that John's absolutely not doing it the way Eleanor Burns thought it should be done, but I just took her pattern and enhanced it. So I've added all the black squares to it and managed to get all of those cut out this morning so I can work on this. So that is what I plan on working and stitching on today. So just crazy. I would like one time to maybe actually follow a quilt pattern, but I'll be honest, guys, I don't know that it's in my DNA or in my destiny. I can't believe how I just somehow just messed that up. I have no idea how I did that, but doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we punted, we backed up, and we're doing it the way John wants it done. So I did get all my half square triangles cut. Oh, but what I didn't do is get them all pressed open. So I am pressing open the seams before I sew those together. So I guess that is what John's going to do tonight instead of working on sewing. I had planned to sew those together, but instead, I think we will do some ironing, at least of the first bunch, so we can get that done. So let's work on maybe this blues. We'll work on the blue, I guess. That's fine. So let me press open these seams, and then then maybe John will still have time to sew just a little bit. Also says Nikki, I think she means fabric connoisseur. I just like the way that sounds. See? Thanks, Zaza. Hey, Alex, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Oh, Pat says I have a 12-inch cube, but I haven't used it yet. I've used my 12-inch a lot, especially because I'm new to really doing the half square triangles. So it's been nice to do the 12-inch. Although I will say, I think I'm ready to really step down to probably the 10 or the 8, because sometimes it just seems so big. This quilt, by the time I get done, is going to be huge. I know it's definitely going to turn out to be a queen size. I'm hoping that it actually turns out to be king. And if not, we'll put a couple of borders around it, maybe to make it king size. But the plan is that that's going to end up on our bed um, at this point. Jody says it's Bob's a fabric shop. It is. Bob is our 5 and dime variety store here inside Sun City West. And I love Bob's because they have anything you can think of. They have Russell Stover candy. They have greeting cards for 50 cents. They actually have a small post office. They have a lottery station. They have salt and pepper. They have, just if you could think of it, it's the old 5 and dime variety store, but it has a huge quilt department. I won't say huge, but compared to most stores nowadays, it has a very nice large quilt department. It's always fun to go up there, and they always have some really cool quilts on display in that, and they're always giving a lot of free patterns away too. See, Sally says I didn't mess anything up. It's called Creative License. So I think that would be awesome. I agree. I do. I really like these colored fabrics. So interesting enough, the story behind this is I bought these actually from Matthew over at Mixed Domestic. He had shown these fabrics, and now I can't remember who did these fabrics, but I really liked these. I liked the rainbow colors, and I liked the pattern that he showed these fabrics with and how they blended. And then when I went to cut the pattern a week or so ago, I realized it was going to be a lot of cutting and a lot of things that John just didn't want to do. And so instead, John decided that he would find a similar pattern or something that I thought would show off the fabrics as well and run them all through the AccuQuilt. So I had bought this from Matthew, and I had bought this as, I think, a fat quarter bundle. So I'm really excited to get this done. We won't talk about the other ones that I'm working on. I don't know if I showed you this one. I started, sorry to keep rolling off camera, guys. I started this one as well because my partner, I did not realize, is a huge Paisley fan. And one of the dynamic women at the retreat had started almost like a Tula Cafe quilt as well. It's called 5-Slice Layer Cake Quilt Pattern. It is by Yon Sewing Studio, Yoan. I had never seen her or watched her. She does have a YouTube channel. This pattern's actually copyrighted back in 2021. It is her pattern. It is free on her website. And so that is Yoan, Yoan, sewingstudio.com. And you can also find her, like I said, on YouTube. But I really just liked this pattern. I thought it was really cool. Oh, I don't have, that's the name of the pattern and what it takes. I don't know that I can really show you. Even though it's a free pattern, I still want to protect her rights. If y'all wanted, you can go out and see. But this is what the pattern or the quilt will finally look like. But I had a layer cake that I thought would really go well with it after seeing what Dee had done with hers. And so I had to stop this, stop the other one, run and cut this out. And this is what it's turning out to be. So these need to be squared up. But this layer cake is all in this paisley and that. Unbeknownst to me, boyfriend loves paisley and is crazy about paisleys and purples. So because of that, I started that. So now I've just got to square these up. But yet another project sitting here waiting for me. And as I was rearranging the design studio today, I realized we won't even talk about um, the projects that John ran across that are cut and just waiting for him to do something with. So I don't know if I'll ever get it. I don't know that I'll ever get everything going. It's just so crazy. Brian says, happy accident. Yes. Oh, Pat says I got it for the beginner Valor Solars. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons, like I said in the past, that I've always liked Villa Rosa. I like um, that Villa Rosa does so many large patterns because I think as a beginner quilter in that, I think it really gives you a lot of opportunity for success and to really hone in your technique. Sadly, I was not started on Villa Rosa. I really wish I had been, but I do think Villa Rosa brings a lot to the table for that reason. But I also get that there's a lot of other things going on. All right, let me jump in. So I want to at least press this one set of colors today. I'd actually wanted to do it on my big iron. I think sometimes when you have this much to press open, it goes faster, but it's okay. I didn't get it done and I forgot about it, to be honest. So we will do this one set and then maybe I can sew a few blocks while we are on the air together tonight. So I hope everyone's new year has started out well. I hope you all are doing amazing. I hate to tell you, I mean, like I went back to work Monday like just like a normal day. Like we had not had a day off. I mean, I never had so much fast and furious stuff coming at me. It was not even funny. I was like, guys, like, we're not even easing into the new year. I mean, like, they were just sitting there waiting for me to bring me problems and issues. I was like, this is just crazy. But we managed to get most of it done. Jody says, cool. I love those old stores. I do too. There's just something fun about Bob's. They have a pretty good staff there most of the time. Every now and then you run across a cranky worker, but for the most part, I think most of them live in the community, so most of them are retired, and this is giving them something to do. And um, I like Bob's. It's a fun store. We're very fortunate to have it, and again, I don't have to go outside the community to get some simple things. I mean, just something as simple as it's nice sometimes to run into Bob if you just need like garlic powder. They have garlic powder. Now, granted, we have now, I guess just two groceries, right? We have Safeway and Fry's. We used to have a more local chain called Bash's, but they closed this location. But at the end of the day, I don't even have to go into the big grocery if I don't want to, because again, I can just grab it at Bob's. And so I do. I like to support them because I want to make sure they stay around. Oh, look at Katrina. She's down to one triangle left. How cool is that? She is knocking it out and getting it done. All right, let me move that over. I'm trying hard to not do a Danielle tonight because I don't want to burn my fingers because this iron is very hot. And I know poor Danielle, she always seems to be burning herself. And I think it's because she's always in such a hurry. She's like the rest of us. She's got so much to get done and accomplish. So she is such a sweetheart. I haven't got to spend any time with her. September, I think, is the last time we were on the air together. So we need to do that. I need to talk to Russ. We haven't been together for a while. So just kind of crazy. Trini says, I used to watch Matthew until his politics came into the discussion so much. I don't argue that. I do like him. I just found his channel a few months ago. I didn't realize how invested he is in um, some of his agendas and that, and that's fine for him. I mean, that works for him, and um, he's got to do his channel the way he wants to do his channel. I do like some of the things that he does in that, but I understand where he definitely may not be the right flavor for everybody. As you know, I try to keep my channel very neutral for a reason. I just want to quilt. I just want to sew, guys. I just want us to, yeah, I deal with all that at work all week. So by the time I get here and able to spend some time, I just want to be able to have a little fun. So we'll see. All right, what else? It's pressing out really nice. This is good fabrics. I will have to say that. Oh, Russ says they closed your bashes. That sucks. They're awesome. Uh, it was. I will tell you, they had like a breakfast burrito that was to die for, and they were only like $5 that you could get out of their deli every day. They had great donuts compared to all the other major chain grocers. They had some nice meals in that. The issue was, I'll be honest, they were so expensive. I think it was about a year ago or so. I wanted to make manicotti, and I had not made manicotti for a long time. So I went down to our local Fry's, which is Kroger, to get a box of manicotti noodles. They were out. I decided just to order them from Walmart. Walmart was out, and I decided to run over to Safeway and get them, and Safeway was out. So I don't know. Everybody in this part of Arizona must have been eating manicotti that week. We all must have got hit by the same bug or something, just crazy. So I thought, the one place I know I can get them is Bash's'. I'll guarantee you Bash's' has them. I went down, went in the store. Store was always clean, nice. They did have the manicotti noodles. They had, I think, 4 boxes of them, and they were $8 a box. And I was like, really, guys? I mean, because I think fries was like $2.99 or $3.49 a box, and so that's why they went out. I mean, they were just they had some good sales. They always had good sales on meat, and I think they probably had better meat than any of these other chain groceries, big chain groceries. But it was hard to support them just because their prices were just so much higher. So I I'm one of those folks that didn't support them locally. I will tell you, I probably was in that store. If I was in there a total of 5 times, I'd be surprised I was in there that much. Look at Katrina. She's already done. Now to get the fabric for the pillow covers and quilt all of them blossoms down. Look at her. Man, she's just knocking it out tonight. I am impressed. So you keep going. You get it done. How fun is that? All right. What else? Hi, Zaza. Hi, Katrina. Wow. Let me find. I really sometimes have a hard time opening my seams, and I always use um, tweezers for some reason. That's what works for me. And it also helps me not burn my fingers. All right. So, all right. Sally says, friend of mine dropped 3 bags of new yarn for me the other day. Production in full gear. I made 9 in 3 days. You go, girl. I just got a order in from Annie's, I think it is, because I joined their crochet quilt club, not quilt club, Afghan club, and so I got my first order from them, and because I wanted something to kind of help walk me through starting into crocheting again. I enjoy crocheting at night. We can sit together and watch TV, and while we're doing that, he is always on his phone. It's just that generation, I guess. But then while we watch TV, but then I can still watch TV together, and I can have I can crochet and keep my hands busy, because if my hands are busy, I'm not doing this. And I am really trying to get rid of this. And I tell you guys, it's not easy. The older I get, the harder it is. Jody says you should have made your own. I have never made manicotti noodles. I've got a pasta maker. I've got Emerald's pasta maker that came out a few years ago, and I really wanted to make some pasta. I've never done it, and got the pasta maker, but I have yet to do it. Oh, Sally says, and she's a fellow quilter. Mm-mm-mm. I have noticed that a lot of quilters do seem to knit and crochet. I don't know if that's just because we're crafty in general, right? Sally says I crochet when I watch TV too. See, that just to me it just goes hand in hand, right? All right, we are actually going to sew something tonight. How awesome is this? I'm excited. But you know, one thing John has to do is um, uh-oh, thread the needle. So let's see if we can thread the needle. No, third time's a charm. All right, so let's see what's going on. All right, so we see if we can actually sew a couple of blocks tonight. I know people think, you know, guys, it would help if I turn it on. Um, does this guy really quilt? I did catch Danny today as I was moving and doing some things. I would really like to have her on the channel sometime. So I need to reach out to her. I still haven't reached out to Zaza to coordinate getting her on the channel sometime. I want to do that. Um, it just seems like the new year started so fast, and I guess because we weren't here, right? So that made it more difficult. We're trying to get the website updated. I will tell you, it looks like we are changing the men's retreat that we have scheduled for May. We're still doing the retreat. We're just going to open it up to everyone because we just didn't get the interest from men that we had hoped to. And, you know, I just don't want to run the risk of not being able to have the retreat. So, but I'm waiting for the retreat center to get back with me on confirming not only our dates for 26, but for 27. And sent 2 emails, but have not heard back. So as soon as that gets done, I will, you'll see a posting about that. You'll see some hopefully updates out on guyscraft2.com, and I'm excited because I think all the feedback was so positive, so complimentary of our first retreat. I think we actually have the right combination for what we want to do in that. So I am excited to build that out. I will tell you, I definitely take a different approach than probably other folks do, and that's fine. That's why we wanted to do retreats. And so we will definitely be giving it the John flavor. So, and this week you will see our posting. I'm hoping to have it up by Wednesday, just of some general pictures and that of the retreat and things that went on. So hopefully that will be up Wednesday of this week, and y'all can take a look at that. I think I actually got this one paired up and actually looks good. Let me get this pressed out, and I'll show you these blues together. I really do like the way these colors come together. I don't know that I would have done this had I not already seen it done with when Matthew had it on his channel. And but I really liked the way that it looked. So look at these blues, this blue and turquoise. It's almost like a purpley blue, and then kind of a teal that goes with it. really like the way this looks and the way these are turning out. So there's that. And then this is actually the other piece that gets paired with it. So how cool is that? Excuse me. Hey, Balloonist is here from Tucson. Welcome in. She says I'm a little late, but better late than never, right? So welcome in, Balloonist. Who else? Delia's here. Hey, Candace. We keep meeting up. Poor Zaza says I haven't watched anyone all weekend. This is the first live since Friday. I've caught 10 minutes of Lisa, the awkward um, quilter in Georgia today, but I'm busy having a clear out. I get it. That's the problem, and I enjoy. And I'm one of those big lurkers, so I do tend to turn on a lot of the channels and listen to them in the background, like Danny today. I did have hers on as I was working in one of the rooms, and listened to a lot of what she was talking about, but I did not, I didn't chat. So a lot of people don't realize, that you're there because you're not chatting. Well, the problem is in the other room, I'm able to watch YouTube on the television, but then I got to go either get my phone or something else to log in to be able to chat. And it's like, it's too much effort. I just want to, hear what they're working on, what that project is, how things are going. So, but I do need to think about the channel, and I do want to start having guests back on, but I do think I am only going to do like maybe one guest a month, because I'll be honest, guys, I'm selfish. I just enjoy being with you all, being able to talk and do what I want. I think it's amazing that Sean has so many guests on, um, but it can be a lot of work. And but you know what? If it wasn't for Sean, I wouldn't be where I'm at today with my subscriber base and that. Sean definitely was the first one to reach out, to kick me off, to help get me going. I know Danielle probably feels the same way. Russ was very supportive early on with my channel and that too, which means a lot. So, it's fun when you get the right group of creators together and we're all able to share back and forth and learn from each other, which is just awesome. All right, so this goes this way. John's actually going to try to sew these the way you're supposed to, so he doesn't have to seam rip tonight. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? The nice thing is, once we finish the studio in the next week or so, at least maybe by the end of this month, I will actually have my real my real ironing station, my embroidery station, all of that will be up. And it might be nice that maybe one live will actually stay at the embroidery and maybe do some embroidery applique or something, um, instead of just quilting. So we'll see how it goes. I can tell you, I've got plenty of projects and plenty of ideas. I still have the Christmas applique one over there to do. I've only got 6 of them done. I've got one in the hoop, and that poor thing's been in the hoop forever, and I never got it done. And I'm hoping to finish that quilt this year. I did finally get the fabrics, so part of the order that I just placed for more fabric does have not only some spring summer fabric, but it does have Halloween fabrics in it, that is just coming in. So I was excited for that. Then I had to be real careful. I'm like, okay, you don't need that much Halloween fabric. I already have 3 shelves full. And when you're buying it by the bolt, I mean, it's like, guys, step off a little bit. But I also found some cool Christmas fabrics that were there, and so that is going to help me get finished out for my grandson. Now all I have to do is go back and find the pattern that I want to cut for him. So I'm excited to see how that turns out, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see. You have to go to the office tomorrow. And no, not looking forward to that at all. So we got a lot of craziness going on right now, a lot of busy times, but it's all good. My niece told me today that she's coming to see me, apparently Valentine's weekend, which means John's got to get the house together because I'll be honest, my house is flying. And if you knew me and ever had been to my house is always kept. If I tell you my house is dirty, um, most people, my standard of dirty is a lot different than other people. So it's went beyond what I am typically comfortable with. But there again, there's been so much going on in that, and fortunately, I've got someone that lives with me that's very patient and says, you know what, it'll be there tomorrow. Just don't sweat it. And I'm really trying to live more in that attitude. But now that she's coming, I was like, oh my God, now I've got to finish. We've got to get this house put back together. So that is on the agenda. So it's exciting. I'm glad to see her. I'm fortunate that at least I have that part of my family because, like I said, outside of my children, I don't have really any family left. Most of my family has decided they would rather have money and fight and do other things than to actually be civil and get along with each other. And I'm good with that. I am way too old to deal with it. It's sad because not only did I lose my father a few years ago, but ended up um, just because of circumstances now, lost other family members. And, it's all good. It's like, guys, I'm not, that's the way you want to treat your brother and son and that. I'm good with it. It's not who I am and it's not who I want to be. So it's fine, but it's exciting. Glad she's coming out. We're going to Chicken and Pickles is a restaurant over in Glendale. They actually have amazing rotisserie chicken in that. And John did put this together wrong. So look at that. I was doing so good, guys. How did I do this? Oh, I put this block on wrong. I sure did. All right, so now I got to take 2 blocks off. Okay, we'll make it work tonight. Look at all the people going to QuiltCon. Oh man, that's hard to believe, right? QuiltCon is coming up. Wow, I can't believe how quick QuiltCon is going to be here. It's this one that needs to come off. Um, so I am excited for you all that are going to rally. I don't Raleigh. I'm not sure that. I don't remember if Russ said he's going this year or not. So as I said, John, I imagine you're dirty as most people's clean. It's it's just what you're used to, right? And so I mean that's why I bought the robotic cleaner is so I like my floors done. We make Rosie work almost every other day. Rosie's got I was able to be off the month of December just because we've moved so much around the house. We have to reprogram her to map and understand where things are in the house. So that's something that's got to get done. So we will, because I definitely want to get her working again. So that makes life much easier. It is tough, but such is life. All right, come on. Sally said, after my mom passed away, I haven't seen any part of my family, but the important ones are still in contact. It is sad how family treats each other. It's like I love my YouTube family. I love that we share some interest. I have some amazing friends down at the Quilt Club and some just awesome women in that. It's just, I have such good people in my life that I just don't have room for those that aren't. And if you're not going to be a positive in my life, then I just don't need you in my life. Okay, here's what John did. John turned, how did I do this? This one is this way, that one's that way. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so one of these has got to turn. I made them both the same. No wonder, right? This one's right. That one's right. That one's right. That one's right. Oh, did I just sew them? Ah, I just sewed them wrong. Ah! So I only have to rip out once. Look at that. Hey guys, I did want to do a quick giveaway tonight because we haven't done a giveaway in 26. Don't forget we have Martin Luther King, the Holiday Quilting Bee coming up. So I am excited for that. I think that's going to be so cool. Let me jump over and get into Nightbot. And let's just give away, I thought we'd give away a Villa Rosa pattern because it has been a while. So let me go here, here, and we'll just type. All right, so the pattern that I have to give away tonight, I've got two of them, so we'll give two away. It's called Malaysia. It is by Villa Rosa Designs. It is, yeah, it's Villa Rosa Designs. It finishes out, okay, see now I gotta do both. 48 by 48, and it requires one, two, three, several half yard cuts of fabric. So, you know, some of them are different. But if you put exclamation point Villa, Villa, in the chat, that will get you entered, and we'll be able to give a couple of those away tonight for folks. So I am excited about that. Hey, Amanda, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for being here. Oh, Laura says, I'd like to go to the QuiltCon 26, but it's the same weekend her husband has. Yeah, see, you know, it's funny, and especially if you live out here, I mean, that's prime season out here. So we have lots and lots of events that go on in starting this month, but really February and March just blows them out of the park. It's just super, super busy because our weather is typically so great, even though it was cold yesterday, but it's better today. So, all right, so Villa, Villa, will get you entered to win a free pattern. Um, and I used to think that I had all the Villa Rosa patterns and how many I had and how far. And then I met, I met Mona, the balloonist, at the quilt retreat. Lord have mercy, that I think that woman has more patterns than I do, and I thought I was the one that had all the Villa Rosa patterns. So, but you know what? It's all good, right? Because we make it all work, and we all have the designers we like. And I love, as you all know, I mean, I support Donna and Pat over at Fabric Cafe, along with some others. The ones, and I've bought a few even from John over at Art East Quilting. I have yet to do one of his. I bought the Dachshunds, and I really wanted the Halloween Dachshunds, but I didn't get them. But that's okay. Oh, guys, I'm really behind in chat. Sorry. Amanda says, I'm still deciding on QuiltCon 2. Not sure I'll be in regards to my employment. I'm supposed to go in a couple of weeks to see Sally at um, Road to California. That's the plan. We have hotel reservations. The plan is to drive out, I think, Thursday, be there all day Friday, Saturday, come back on Sunday. But I will tell you, unless something changes at work, I may end up being told I just got to stay in Phoenix. I just can't take the time right now just because of a couple of issues that came up at work, and I'm not happy about that. All right, guys, let's jump over and choose a winner tonight. So we've got two winners. So the first one is Charlotte. Congrats to Miss Charlotte. You won a free Malaysia pattern from Villa Rosa. If you will send me your email, if you will send me your address at john@guyscraft2.com, I will get that over to you. And the second winner is Katrina. Katrina is our second winner. So Charlotte and Katrina, if you will send me your address, I will get that dropped in the mail to you this week. I appreciate you being entered. I appreciate you all being here tonight. and just wanted to get kind of back into some of the things that we were doing earlier last year. So, guys, we are at the top of the hour. I cannot believe that hour went so fast tonight, and I so appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thanks. Congrats to the winners. Thanks for everything that you're doing to support the channel. Tell your friends, neighbors, and anyone that'll listen. And I can't wait to hit 5,000. So hope you all have an amazing week. Look forward to getting back with you next weekend and try to get a few things posted this week to you. Guys, stay safe. And as always, until next time, happy crafting.